Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome to another Paragon State of the Game video where I talk about the recent patch that just came out, and that would be patch 32.1. Now this one kind of shocked me a little bit. I never thought in my wildest dreams that they would further decrease the health on not only the inner towers and inhibitors, but the core itself by a pretty hefty amount. And I understand the reason that they're doing this. They're trying to aim for games that can be ended quicker. But they're going completely the wrong way about it. Now, I am totally one for short games. In fact, the games that I've been having since this patch, we've been able to end it within, I'd say, like 35-40 minutes. But the problem is, you never get to experience the full build. It's rare that you're going to get to 60 CP within 35-40 minutes of playing. So, what they really need to do is not focus on so much on how to end the game faster, but to quicken the progression. And I've said this many times before in multiple previous videos, but there needs to be a increase to the amount of CXP and EXP that you get during a match, maybe from the minions, maybe from killing heroes. It just needs to go back up, and it used to be that way. Long time ago, you used to get 700 experience even. In fact, everybody got this amount way back in the day. Once you killed a hero, anybody nearby got like 700 plus. And that was great, because you leveled up really fast, and games definitely felt faster back then, but for the right reasons. But I understand that back then what they wanted to do was decrease everybody deathballing and running around getting kills as a group, because that was a really viable way of leveling up and just steamrolling the enemy team because of just how much CXP you could get by doing that. But I feel that if they kind of brought that back now, there wouldn't be as many death balls, because you need to be in lane or your towers are going to get pushed hard. Minions weren't an issue back then, and this is something I feel that they failed to take into account. I also feel that another good change would be to allow those who jungle to jungle together. Say if the whole group gets the red buff, then they all get CXP for it. Maybe not as much, but enough. You know, they shouldn't be just for the last hitter. It should follow the rules that the current minion system does, where 2 people would get about equal amounts, 3 people get a little bit less except for the last hitter, 4 less, and then 5 even less than that. I feel that would be another good way of increasing the overall rate that you power up in a match, so that you can hit 60 CP by 35-40 minutes if you play really quickly and really well, as opposed to the way it is now. Because I don't think a lot of people want faster matches, they want faster progression. They want to get from 0 to 60 faster, as well as from level 0 to level 15 faster, because it's all about experiencing that very special gameplay where both teams are at 60 CP, level 15s, and then they just go head to head, and it doesn't become a matter of who has higher CP at that point. It becomes a matter of who has the better skill, the better timing, the better aim, and then that's when wins are the most satisfying, because you beat them at their best. And I know in the past that I've said things before like, oh, I want to beat the enemy when they are at their weakest. But I do most definitely enjoy and appreciate winning a team fight, winning a match, when it is hard fought and earned. Now, I don't know if that's exactly what you guys are clamoring for, but that's something that I would like. I'd like to be able to do that within 45 minutes of playing a match. Everybody to get to 60, and then have a big old team fight. And it's okay if there's maybe 5 or 10 minutes of stalling and the match lasts 55 minutes at the most. I'd say that's pretty acceptable, but not an hour and a half like it used to be. But at the end of the day, I feel that what Epic is doing right now is they're testing the waters with these very radical changes to get kind of a feeling, a baseline feeling for what their whole new map overhaul is going to play like and act like. Because this is all just a stopgap right now. This is all just a temporary change to kind of maybe gauge interest, gauge reactions, gauge feedback, and then feed all of that new information into tweaking their whole new overhaul of the game. And this is going to be a huge overhaul, as a lot of other people have stated. A whole new map that's twice as small, no travel mode whatsoever, completely new buffs, completely new laning, new everything. There's going to be so many new small changes in both gameplay and variation, and maybe even mechanics, that it might be a completely different game at that point. So we shouldn't exactly be making petitions about how the patches right now are terrible because it's all just temporary. It's all just experimenting, it's all just testing, and we need to wait and see what it's going to be like after the overhaul, because once the overhaul happens and then everything is like really shitty, or matches are way too fast, inhibitors have only 100 health, you get what I'm saying, that's when we should start raising our voices, that's when we should start to ask for changes that would obviously make the game better. But they're probably not going to do that right now because, as I've said, it's all just testing, experimenting, laying the groundwork and foundation for the next generation of what Paragon is ultimately going to be. And whether or not that is good is completely up to Epic right now, but we as sure as hell are going to have something to say about it if it is terrible. Incredible nerfs to HP on our towers and inhibitors isn't the only thing that we got this patch, though. We got a new hero, and his name is Kwang, a physical melee fighter that excels at being tanky and having lifesteal and doing damage and having range. And don't we have a lot of these kind of heroes already? Can't we have another new ranger, please? I mean, I like this guy. I like him a lot. I spent 75,000 reputation and already mastered him. I'm not, level 10 or anything. I'm like level 2, but he is fun as hell. The games that I played with him, I fucking wrecked. He's so good. The way you can throw down your sword, you gotta have some mana on him. You throw down your sword, and then you jump to it with his ultimate, and then you use his R1 for even more damage, and then you can just lifesteal like you wouldn't even believe. It is so easy. This guy is pure lifesteal. You build one lifesteal item on him, combined with his one ability, the lifesteal aura, and you're good to go. You don't need anything else. And then just build a little bit of health, a little bit of resistances, lots of damage, lots of attack speed, and it's like the new Chimera in some ways. Maybe with not as much crowd control, mind you, but his sustain and his overall damage output is pretty nice. I like him a lot. I can see why some people would think that he's challenging, and he definitely can be, because if one thing doesn't land right, then the whole thing falls apart. But if everything lands right, it's just great. Personally, really like it. Next hero definitely needs to not be a support. It definitely does not need to be a fighter or tank of any kind. We need rangers. We need a new ranger, because right now it feels like we have 2 energy rangers and 1 physical ranger. We have Sparrow, Murdoch, and Grim. Nobody even touches Twin Blast anymore. He needs fucking Twin Blast. Jeez. But I do think Kwang is a solid addition to the roster, and he is a great jungle role. He is a great jungler in general. Maybe not the fastest, but his sustain is there. His ganks can be strong if you land your abilities. I like him a lot, and I plan on playing him a lot in the future as well. Hope to God that I can actually get my hands on him during drafting, though, because everybody else and their mother wants to play him, so that's been kind of fun. And when I do get him, somebody dodges, so that's great too. Let me know what you think in the comments down below about the changes to the tower, changes to the health, the idea that this is all just an experiment to build a testbed of information so that they can make this whole overhaul a little bit better than what the game is right now. Let me know what you think of the new hero, Kwang. Just let me know about your thoughts in general. If you liked the video, hit that like button. Would greatly appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed already and you are unsubscribed to my channel, then now would be a great time to hit that sub button, because I make videos like this all the time, almost every day. A mix of opinionated videos, state of the game videos, full match gameplay videos where I get salty. Good stuff, entertaining stuff, I'd say at the very least. But thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate your viewership. If you do have any clips for these top 5 videos that I want to make in the future, send them to my email. I'll have them down in my description down below, or you can just hit about on my channel and my email is listed there. So yeah, send me some clips. Let's get some top 5 stuff going. I still want to try to figure out a new format for it, but I think it'd be fun as hell. So yeah, do that. Thank you again for watching, and I will catch you next time.